Hello, and welcome to Willitsuck TV. We're your hosts Brian
and I'm Josh,
telling you which movies are coming to theaters this week and which ones to avoid. December is already upon us, and you'd think that the Hollywood studios would be pushing their big year-end blockbusters, but for some reason we only have one nationwide release this week, which begs the question,
what the hell are they waiting for?
Especially when you consider what that one big movie is. The Warrior's Way, a 300-style samurai movie where a trained warrior is sent to wipe out a clan of his rivals, but when he refuses to kill an innocent little baby, he goes in exile and is apparently transported to the Old West. Jeffrey Rush and Kate Bosworth are waiting with open arms, and when a slew of black-clad ninjas come to inflict payback on the wayward warrior, all hell breaks loose, pitting sharpened swordplay against steampunk-style Gatling guns. A very flashy, stylized movie, but ultimately very forgettable. And without the draw of Gerard Butler's abs, we can't see this movie being anything more than a regrettable Redbox rental.
Luckily, the movies in limited release look to be real Oscar contenders. And despite being about ballet dancers...
Belly dancers?
No, ballet. We're pretty excited to see it. Black Swan, Darren Aronofsky's follow-up to 2008's The Wrestler, features Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis as two competing ballet dancers gunning for the coveted lead in Swan Lake. While the behind-the-scenes world of highbrow art seems inherently boring, things change as Portman turns into a complete paranoid wreck, and may or may not be turning into an actual black swan. Leave it to Aronofsky, director of the cult favorite Requiem for a Dream, to give us a weirdo take on fancy dancing. But for a trailer that shows Kunis and Portman in several compromising positions, we'd see this movie even if it were about the cutthroat world of women's professional basketball.
And in direct contrast to the girl-on-girl action in Black Swan is I Love You, Philip Morris, a gay con-man caper starring Jim Carey and Ewan McGregor, who meet in prison and fall in love. Carey stars as Stephen Russell, whose grifting ways land him in prison where he shacks up with McGregor's Philip Morris and the two spend a romantic stint in the slammer. When Carey gets out, he poses as a lawyer to get McGregor an early release, and one thing leads to another and Carey falls back into his scheming ways, bilking millions after fraudulently being hired as CFO for a large corporation. Carey returns to comedic perfection after a slew of run-of-the-mill comedies, The Dreadful Number 23, and one unfortunate event. Look for Carey to garner rave reviews in this fun romp, his best role since playing Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon.
Now, since you'll probably have to wait another couple of weeks for these last two to hit a wider release, you can check out 127 Hours this weekend at the landmark Tivoli Theater in the Loop, where you can see James Franco, a probable Oscar contender, and now confirmed Oscar host, as it was just released this week that he will be heading up the awards show with co-host Anne Hathaway. A questionable move, but after inviting 10 films to compete in the Best Picture category last year, the Academy isn't really holding much clout these days.
Now for other Hollywood news and movie previews, check us out on Facebook or at Willitsuck.wordpress.com. And for movie listings and other things to do in St. Louis, check out Metromix.com. For Willitsuck TV, I'm Brian.
And I'm Josh.
Telling you that if you're going to see a movie this weekend, you better make sure that it doesn't suck.